Hello, Facebook ads people. I'm Konstantinos, and this is the Facebook ads breaking news podcast. Hi, guys. Welcome to another podcast 106. Today we have two main topics. One is about the reel placements, something really small that I want to say about the audio, which you might not know. And we will talk a little bit about the new AI craziness about creating images and all of that, which I think that is going to impact a lot Facebook ads. And then I will tell you, for all of you freelancers, I will tell you my personal opinion about the future of our services and where it's going, because this is a discussion that I make a lot. And then we have, of course, your questions. Let's start immediately with the first one, which is pretty simple. It came to my attention recently that if you don't use audio into your ads, which are 9:16, the ones that are being shown on stories and reels, basically you're losing the reels. Why? Because the reels is a placement which is actually more focused on the audio side. If you don't have an audio, for example, if you use a static, or if you have a video which doesn't have an audio, then you're losing this placement. And to be honest with you, after I have learned about this from a meta rep, I went and I checked, and I can see that in the placements that I have statics or videos without audio, it's spending a little bit on reels and not a lot. So if you want to expand more in another placement, which means maybe more sales, less cannibalization, a little bit of scaling, maybe you need to start focusing. For example, a lot of times we see people doing only statics, then moving to videos, and with videos they're having better results. Not only better results in terms of ROAS, but they are also able to scale. Maybe this is one of the reasons that you are having more exposure into other placements also, because your videos are having audio. I have break down the results, and I have seen that whenever I'm not having an audio, in the reels it's spending a little bit and not a lot. The only cases that I have seen it spending a good amount of money in the reels, or a good proportionate of the money that I'm spending in total, is when it has an audio. So just a note, something that you can experiment of. I thought it was interesting for you to know. Now, let's move to the main topics. This is a Instagram post which is coming from evolving.ai. And they're saying, are we witnessing the end of graphic designers, blah, blah. And basically, I'm not going to go into details about it, but I want to criticize a little bit the images that I see. We see a sketch of someone who is actually holding a baseball bat, and it's hitting a ball. It's just a sketch, nothing else. And ChatGPT is actually creating a very nice image out of this. We see the same thing by using one existing image and then making some corrections to the existing image. Obviously, all of this is more related to thumbnails, but at the end of the day, I do believe that, and I have tested it also, and this is the result of me as a anime character. And I have seen also ads from people using this kind of style. But let me tell you that I think that I always believe that the ChatGPT and everything is going to be powerful to the hands of those that they have good scripts. So if you have a good script and you know what to ask, then maybe it's going to give you good results. Here we see another thing also. If you're a little bit good at sketch, most probably you can create very good creatives. I do believe that there's going to be a lot of static images created like this, that they're going to work pretty well with Facebook ads. And I'm sure that this is going to revolutionize the way that we see Facebook ads. Now, why? Because we go into an era that people like me or someone else who is a freelancer, they're going to be needed less and less and less. And why am I saying that? Because Meta is trying to do a transition to a platform that is going to be automated, and you're not going to need any special knowledge to run ads like the crazy method or other things. You will just need to put your creatives, a lot of creatives, and let Meta do its job. This is what they are trying to do. Do I feel like that I'm going to be left out of work? I don't care. I made enough money already for my whole life, so it's fine. But I do believe that people like me and people that they're not like, this is why I like to teach Facebook ads in a deeper level, understanding the algorithm. We are the ones that we're going to, let's say, regulate or make these AI tools work better for the ads. So I believe that a lot of people are going to lose their job, from graphic designers that they do basic things to media buyers that they do basic things and they don't go deep. The people that are good graphic designers, they are going to still be graphic designers using AI. The people who are very good media buyers are going to keep doing media buying using the AI. The point is not to rejecting the AI and feeling like it's a threat for you and stuff. If you feel like AI is a threat, then maybe you're not as good as you think you are. So I don't feel that it's a threat. I'm just curious to see about the new tools that are going to come and everything. At this point, I have seen the tools, and optimizing with a human touch, it's always better. But I do believe that eventually there's going to be tools that are going to be better than us. For example, an amazing tool that is going to do manual bidding and scale surfing on a daily level between minutes, for example. Okay, this is something that you cannot win. Or maybe the platform is not going to let this happen because it's a platform that doesn't work with such a short time results. Or maybe there's going to be an AI tool which is going there and in first time sees where the sale came from, so it knows what to scale and what to do. I do believe that we're going to see this kind of things, and not in the distant future, maybe in the next 2-3 years, because the way that the AI is evolving and it's expanding, it's better and better and better. Okay, so that's it. I hope that I will manage to sell my course by that point a lot, because I did a lot of effort about it. Now, you are asking again about the course. We are in the process of video editing everything. I hope it's going to be finished. I hoped for this month, but they tell me that it's not possible. So I guess I hope that maximum it would be by the end of May. I hope, and I will try for it. Now, let's go to your questions, okay? But yeah, if you're not playing with ChatGPT, start playing with ChatGPT. Get familiar with it. I even use it to ask simple questions on my daily level because I wanna get familiar with it. I don't go to Google to search something. I go to ChatGPT. I wanna get used to it. Okay, ChatGPT and all these AI programs are going to be our personal assistants for the years to come. So get used to them, or the new generation is going to overwhelm you and overcome you on this point. For example, in the schools, I do believe that we should stop talking about when somebody is doing an essay, or when they do, for example, an assignment. The teachers go and they say this is ChatGPT or not. No, you should let them use ChatGPT and then try to analyze, first of all, if they saw what they wrote, okay, not just copy paste it, but also at the same point understand who is the one that used ChatGPT in a better way. Okay, I think that this is a new thing that we should do, because back in the day, maybe you should have known all the USA presidents. Okay, now you don't have to. You have internet, okay? And whoever thinks that you should know them by the top of your head, this is stupid. You can have all of this information over there. The point is who is using it in the best and the most efficient way. The same thing is going to happen with creatives. The same thing is going to happen with the ads. Enough. Let's go to your questions. So your first question. Great video, thank you. But inside your campaigns, how many assets do you recommend to have? The number of assets, guys, on a CBO campaign, it really depends on the average cost per purchase that you have and the budget that you have. If you have an average cost per purchase of 20 or 30, let's say 20, and you have $100 budget, then you can put 5 to 6 assets, okay? And you can do the math on your own. Try not to have more than 10 assets. If it's 12, for example, divide by 2 and go for 6. When to use value optimization over volume. So Value optimization. This is a new thing that I have discovered during the Black Friday because I did an A/B test with the help of Meta. It was a partially funded test. I have uploaded a video about it, and it actually helped me understand that when you use value optimization, which is something that I have noticed in high AOV ad accounts. So I had another account which had high AOV and a sample for $1-2 and the high AOV. When the campaign was starting and the sales were for the samples, the ad set was continuing optimizing for people going for the samples. So for sure, I understood there that there is this concept that Meta understands also if someone is going to spend a lot or little. And here is where the value optimization comes. Now, if you just have one item, which is $1,500, for example, like my course, for instance, I wouldn't optimize for value. I would optimize for maximum number of conversions because I have one item. But you can use value optimization if you have AOV fluctuations. For example, somebody can go buy on my end, for example, let's say a very small PDF that I have for $29, or a course for $500 which is smaller, or a course for $1,500. Here you're going to have fluctuations in the AOV. Or you have a store with clothing. Somebody buys one t-shirt, but somebody might come and buy 3 t-shirts because you are giving a fourth for free, something like that. Here you have another fluctuation on AOV between the orders. You can optimize for value in order for you to try to get more people that they will buy the 3 t-shirts, which means that you are making more money, because Facebook doesn't care if someone comes and spends 1 million or $10 into your website, okay? But keep in mind that when you're using that, you should not overdo it. You should go. I just realized that this is the only question from Liar for today. And I'm actually shocked, and it's very small. Anyway, the thing is that you will have to use it in a percentage of 20 to 30% of the whole ad account. So don't do all of your campaigns with value optimization because after that it's going to actually hurt you. You need also the volume. Let's go to the next one. I have one ad account that is working fine, but I did not exclude the purchases in the audience segments. Should I edit them or keep it the same for fear of the ad account going bust? He's talking about the in the ad account settings. He's talking about the audience segments. I wouldn't change them now because I'm afraid of these settings there that they are actually resetting the campaigns and they start all over again. I cannot prove it, but that's my feeling. The other thing is that it's not going to help you in terms of results, just in reporting. So I wouldn't do any change if your ad account is doing pretty well right now. Let's go to the next one. My opinion. If you have limited cash flow, do whatever makes you the most money, which is scale with lower budgets and higher ROAS. We totally agree. If you're a big brand with big budgets, scaling with bigger budgets and lower ROAS could be an option. It helps to grow your brand and maintain good position in the marketplace. We totally agree. Just because Konstantinos is talking about scaling, it doesn't mean that all of you have to scale. Some of you might go for the option of making good ROAS and taking profits, or some of you could go for the option of actually scaling and growing your brand and go for lifetime value, for instance. It depends on the different models and on the numbers of the company. Do you think there is still value in testing single variable changes on a winning creative? Not talking about changing the background color, but saying I test showing 25, 35, 45, discounts in creative without changing anything else. I think that doing it with this way, it's not ideal. There are tools within Shopify, which one of them is called Intelligence, that you can split the traffic to the different offers. And I think that this is something that, so think of it like this. It's the one case of people that they're being convinced if they will buy something from the ad, and there are people that they're being convinced on the landing page and they have taken the stimulation from the ad to click and go and see what is this. In the first case that you want to convince someone through the ad, you need to have a very powerful creative, and then they don't care about your landing page, even if it is very bad landing page. You're going to go. One very big example is these boxes over here. If you go to their website, it's the worst website in the world You can do nothing, okay? Um, but I really like them, and a lot of other people like them. They're Japanese, and they don't have a good website. It's full of glitches, full of problems, but still, because they're collective and I like them and stuff, I spent 30 minutes or 45 minutes each time to try to find a way to order. Okay, would someone else do that? No. Do they run ads? No. So it's about the demand and about, am I convinced that when I will go there I will buy? Yes. So if you have this kind of effect, you don't care about the landing page or the offer or whatever people are going to buy. If you want to convince them with the offer, I think the best thing to do is not to convince people with an offer or the creative, convince them on the landing page. That being said, go and use intelligence, which is actually going to redirect. You can choose 50% of the traffic to this landing page, 50% of the traffic to this landing page with the same link without you changing the link to the ads. And later, if one of those win, you can take the full traffic to 100% without you having to change the link all over again. So there are tools right now that you can test these things, and whenever something is better, just focus on that without ever touching the ads again since the beginning. Hi Konstantinos, I have one clothing brand client. Ad account pixel was new, so I've started with interest-based campaign. It gave me 200 purchases, and there are two leading assets which have two leading ads, which is two different search inside both assets. That's fine. What I've noticed, Facebook still spending on both two winning audiences, but on different creatives, not on my leading ads, so results started going down. So what I've noticed, Facebook still spending on both two winning audiences. I'm guessing he's talking about the interests, yes, but on different creatives. Okay, so the leading ads that you have as teasers, they started falling. Okay, so it's just okay. Why didn't you close the other ones? That you should go inside when you have noticed that and close the other ads and let it spend only on the leading. Also, I've took one ad set into Crazy Method with higher budget with same winning ads, but again, I'm noticing in the Crazy Method campaign, Facebook is not spending on my winning ads, but spending on other ads. Close them. So what should I do? I close the other ads inside the campaign so Facebook will spend only on winning ads, or should I leave it and create another campaign with winning creatives? I would close it. Since it's having sales, I would close it. Also, 200 plus purchases are enough to go broad or 10% stack lookalikes or ASC, or should I wait and try by one things as you mentioned in your podcast, because end goal is broad. Thanks in advance. End goal is broad. You should try it. I cannot tell you if 200 sales are enough, but I can tell you that for sure it's a very good indication that you should start trying lookalikes, start stack 10% or ASC. If it doesn't work, you continue with whatever is working right now for you. It's very simple. Let's go to the next one. Hey man, I duplicate a campaign without changing anything in the setting ads except from budget and relaunch time with the optimization be duplicated also, or it's a fresh campaign. When you're duplicating a campaign, it has a new ID, new campaign ID, a new ad set ID, new everything. So yes, the optimization is going to start from the beginning. It doesn't transfer the optimization. Is it still worth testing other audiences like interest retargeting or lookalikes, or should we focus only on broad advanced plus if it's already working well? If broad targeting is working well for you, you should not do anything else, in my opinion. But there are other accounts that is not working or they have new pixels that you should start from there and eventually end up to broad targeting. With meta shift toward automation and machine learning, it seems like broad advanced plus is taking over, but are there still situations where testing interest, retargeting or relay audiences can provide better results? Yes. On untrained pixels, untrained accounts and new products, yes, this could be a situation, but not forever. Would testing stacked interest or specific relays help in cases where broad isn't delivering strong performance, or should we just let the algorithm handle it all? It's about how you see the most cost-efficient way for you training your pixel. You can train your pixel also with broad campaigns since day one, but you might be losing more money because it's going to be more difficult for Meta to find sales. You can do interest and then move to broad in hope that you're going to do it in a more cost efficient way. That's why we do it. But in theory, not in theory, I have done it with people that they didn't want to do interest at all. You can train a pixel also with broad since day one, but it's going to cost you more. My pixel is trained now, interest works, LLA doesn't, and broad also works. LLA should work also then, but I guess you haven't tested it properly. Do you recommend to focus solely on broad or interest as well, sir? I would focus only on broad in your case. If it is working, why focus on broad more? Because more targeting, a bigger potential reach and less fatigue. I like the fact that he's answering to the questions on his own. Yes, basically the broad means broader audience, which means that it can stay for a longer period, it has less fatigue, you're reaching more people so you can scale more. It's always better with the broad if it's working. The problem until now to Meta, it was that broad was very difficult to be achieved and it wanted a very good pixel. Before iOS, I used to do crazy method broad into very good ad accounts with pixel. But right now that the algorithm is better and better, we use it more and more because it's better to have more options and target more people and know who to target inside a bigger audience. I guess that's all I had for you guys. I will see you on the next one. This is the end of the first part of the Facebook Ads Breaking News podcast. If you don't want to miss the second half of the podcast, where I'm answering all the remaining questions of the week, visit my Patreon page following the link on the description. This was the Facebook Ads Breaking News podcast. Like it or not, it is what it is.